episode of Icons. Today we are so honored to be here at Zetech University, Mangu campus, and we are so honored to be interviewing none other than Professor Njenga Munene, the Vice Chancellor of Zetech University. I have nicknamed him and I've called him the Smiling VC. Professor Njenga, karibu sana to the Icons show.
Thank you.
It's a real honor and privilege to see you. Amen. You have a beautiful campus, Professor.
Exactly, and our hearts are exactly like that. Your
hearts are exactly like that.
Yes.
Yes, you've received a very warm welcome from Zetech. How have you been, Professor?
Very well, very well. Happy to welcome CAC TV to Mangu campus.
Yes.
We call it Mangu Technology Park.
Okay.
And I'll take you for a tour so that you know it's true a technology park.
I look forward to that.
Yeah.
Yes. So welcome to Icons.
Thank you.
This has been an interview that has been coming for a long time.
Yes.
We want you to speak to young people of the country. And, you know, the aim of Icons basically is to empower and inspire young people to do great things in life, to come to Zetech and do excellent work at Zetech.
Yes.
So maybe we can start with the story of Professor Njenga Munene.
Yes.
What's his story?
Now, the story of Njenga Munene started on this ridge.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
Yes.
Where we are seated. If you go to Juja, there is a river called Darugu.
Yes.
Now, when you go to Thika, there is a small river called Komu.
Yes.
Between those two rivers, what is on the upper side called Giatagota and Darugu River, lies a small village in Gatondo North called Mukurwe. Mukurwe is where I grew up. I went to school in Kendo Primary School, which is across the ridge.
Yes.
And as you are aware, during those times there were no school buses.
Yes, absolutely.
So we would walk.
Yes.
I would actually run close to 8 kilometers to deliver milk at Kirai Shopping Center to a man called Kimani.
Okay.
And then do the next run from Kirai to Kendo.
Wow.
It was a circle of about 10 kilometers.
Yes, it was a circuit.
It was a circuit.
Yes.
And that's where it began. And, you know, in the 60s and the 70s when I grew up, farming was very active. We were busy plucking coffee, growing tomatoes, growing French beans, growing bananas. We still grow I still do a little farming in the same farm, which I was given by my dad, which I'm very proud about. So essentially I grew in this environment, very close to where Zetech currently sits.
Yes.
But it was just by chance that I ended up coming very close to where my home is.
Where it all began.
Where it all began.
Yes.
So probably it's ending where it all began.
I know, you've come full circle.
Full circle.
Yes.
So after going to primary school in Kendo Primary, I went to Ituru High School, which was a day school then. Now it's a big boarding school, but it was a day school. We used to carry githeri, maize and beans mixed to go and cook for ourselves.
In school?
In school, in high school.
So during class?
No, not during class. After class.
Okay.
So you would cook your food. We used to rent small rooms. You rent one room with maybe a friend so that you can share the costs. And the cost there, monthly rent was about 25 shillings.
Okay, monthly rent.
So you pay 12 shillings each.
Yes.
And then in that room you have a bed, and the center part used to serve as a kitchen and the sitting room.
Wow.
So you sit on the bed, because the bed is also the seat.
The seat, the sofa, yes.
The sofa.
Yes.
So after Ituru High School, I went to Kenyaga High School, where the DP Gashagua went to. I think when DP Gashagua was in Form 1, I was in Form 6.
Okay.
And after that, I went to the University of Nairobi to pursue a Bachelor of Veterinary Medicine, which I completed in 1984.
1984.
That's when I joined the University of Nairobi as a tutorial fellow. And taught for the next 27 years in the University of Nairobi, where I rose from being a tutorial fellow to the Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine.
Okay. Let me take you back a little bit. because the end is as important
Yeah.
as the beginning.
Yes.
Tell me a little about your parents.
Yeah.
When you were growing
Yeah.
up. What was it growing up in that household of about a large family of 11 siblings? That's not a joke.
Yeah.
Finding your voice.
You know, growing in a large family has many advantages.
Yes.
The first thing, you run survival.
Yes.
The second one, you run cooperation.
Yes.
You run collaboration. And therefore, for us,
Yes.
because we were many, it was very easy for us to finish digging our own land.
Yes.
So we would finish digging our own land,
Yes.
pruning our own coffee, plucking our own coffee, watering our vegetables.
Yes.
Growing in a large family is something sweet.
Yes.
You also run different characters. 11 of us, each one of us with a different personality.
Where do you appear in the order?
I'm in number 2.
Okay.
I'm number 2.
Yes. Okay.
And I was very active.
Yes.
So everything in our home was associated with me.
Yes.
So if there was a cow,
Yes.
it's a cow which belongs to
Njenga.
if there was a cat,
Yes.
the cat belongs.
Njenga.
So I was second born,
Yes.
but everything, including my brother, was referred with me.
To you. Yes.
My mother was referred with me.
Yes.
My father was referred with me.
Yes.
And even the home was referred to.
Njenga.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's how I grew up.
Yes.
And then I think the other thing which was very beautiful is that by virtue of growing in a rural setup, it allowed you to interact with a larger community.
Yes.
Go to church
Yes.
on Sunday, mix with the rest of the folks.
Yes.
And there were very many unwritten norms.
Yes.
In the homes, there were many unwritten norms.
Yeah.
My father was a Presbyterian church elder.
Yes.
And you can be sure he was very strict.
You say
as
he's a
teacher.
Disciplinarian.
He was a disciplinarian.
Yes.
So there were things that were no-go zones. We could not do loitering.
Yes.
Nobody was expected to loiter. Smoking was out.
Yes.
Drinking was
out of
out.
question, yes.
Misbehavior, bad conduct.
Yes.
So we grew up in an environment where law and order
Yes.
was expected. Discipline was topmost.
Yes.
Then the other thing is that my father used to be a very clean person. So he expected us to be neat. He didn't expect people. By the way, we used to sweep the road, even including a public road,
Yes.
which passes through our farm.
That part.
Yeah, that part which is our part.
Which was your part.
we used to sweep it.
Yes.
So it would be very clean. And that was, it gave us a sense of community and responsibility.
Yes.
So we would also care about the public things,
Yes.
even when they were not our own.
Absolutely.
So anybody driving along or walking along there
Yes.
would actually come to our place and find the road is swept, is
Yes.
clean, no litter.
Yes.
You go to the next one, there is litter.
And there was a difference.
There was a difference.
And whatever values, and we'll come and talk about values much later in this interview. But am I right to say that whatever values that your parents instilled in you at that very early age,
They are very important.
they have stood you in good stead?
In fact, I think I'm what my parents expected me to be,
Yes.
and what they instilled in me.
Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. So in 1984,
Yeah.
you complete your degree
Yeah.
in veterinary medicine from the University of Nairobi.
Yes.
So you earlier on when we were talking, you told me that there was nothing else you wanted other than joining academia.
And more so in vet, because let me say this. A cousin of mine
Yes.
did veterinary medicine much earlier than me.
Okay.
She's a lady.
Yes.
Dr. Njenga Munene. She's married to a Dr. Bracco,
Yes.
and they live in Ghana,
Okay.
Cape Coast.
Yes.
So I used to admire the way she would be handling animals. You know, she's a lady,
Yes.
and she's handling cows like they are pets. you know,
Yes.
very good in handling animals.
Yes.
And as a qualified vet, of course, I used to, as a much younger person, I would admire what she was doing.
Yes.
So I wanted to become a vet.
And then, to be like your cousin.
I wanted to be like my cousin.
Yes.
The other thing is that from a very early age, we were among the first people in our community to keep dairy cattle.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, so we had a lot of interest with animals.
Yes.
So our interaction with high-grade animals started very early.
Yes.
Before other people knew how to keep, you know, they used to say dairy animals die easily.
Yes.
And so we were among the people who we never actually kept at any one time the indigenous animals.
Yes.
So we kept dairy cattle.
Yeah.
And that also put me in a situation where I loved animals.
Interacting
with animals.
Yes.
So it was only natural that I ended up in clinical medicine.
Okay.
Yes.
And in academia specifically.
Exactly.
So you joined University of Nairobi
As a tutorial fellow.
as a tutorial fellow.
Yes.
Worked your way up
Yes.
to being the dean of the faculty.
Yes.
Let's talk a bit about leadership.
Yeah.
Because you are not born a VC.
Yeah.
Nobody is born president, anything.
No.
You become it. There's
Yeah.
that process of becoming.
Yeah.
So tell me about your leadership journey, because I'm seeing some traces as the second born of 11 siblings.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about that journey.
Let me say this. At home, I was a leader.
Yes.
If my siblings wanted direction,
Yes.
I used to give the direction.
You provided leadership.
I provided leadership.
Yes.
In church, I started being a youth leader when I was very young.
Okay.
Two people, I think, influenced my outlook about leadership.
Yes.
The first one is my dad. My dad was always a leader. Wherever he was a leader.
Yeah.
The immediate younger brother of my father is the late Douglas Kariuki Mundia.
Okay.
He was the first mayor of Thika.
Okay.
He became the mayor of Thika in 1968.
Okay.
So I have grown
Yes.
in a family of leaders.
Yes.
And therefore, I learned the traits of leadership from my parents and from my uncle.
Yes.
My grandfather, who I'm named after, was a leader.
Okay.
So he used to be chairman of school boards, the chairman of churches. So I have seen people leading.
Yes.
And I liked the orientation where you are actually serving community.
Yes.
But after I joined the Department of Clinical Studies, I was given a small role as the one coordinating ambulatory services. Ambulatory services are where you go into a vehicle.
Yes.
Ambulatory means going out, and it's derived from the word like just like an ambulance.
Yes.
Ambulance. So ambulatory, we go to the field and treat animals. So I was made head of the ambulatory services.
Yes.
Then from there, I became the head of medicine section.
Yes.
Then after that, I became the director, postgraduate studies in the faculty.
Yes.
Then after that, I also joined the University of Nairobi Board of Postgraduate Studies.
Yes.
Then after that, I became the dean of the faculty.
Yes, of vet medicine.
And from there, from being the dean of the faculty, after serving for 3 years, then I became the deputy vice chancellor at Egerton University.
Yes.
And then after serving as deputy vice chancellor administration and finance in Egerton University, then in 2018 I came to Zetech as a vice chancellor.
Okay.
So it has been granular growth.
Yes.
Running from one to the other, then to the other, then to the other.
And I like what you talked about, granular growth.
Yes.
You know, the step,
it is
the organic growth, the step by step.
Yes.
Not accelerated, no shortcuts and all that. At this point, as a leader, I want you to talk about a bit of leadership. Let's discuss leadership for just a second. Can you talk to young people or even whoever is watching and is interested in growing their leadership muscle? And I think one of the things you said is start small. Can you talk about that?
You see, leadership requires to be tested.
Yes.
You are given a small responsibility. You're able to do it well. You can be trusted with a bigger responsibility.
Yes.
After you deal with the bigger responsibility, you excel in that,
Yes.
then you can move to the next level.
Yes.
You can be trusted.
Yes.
So the BOT of this university trusted me
Yes.
on the leadership of the university after they checked my profile
Yes.
of how I have handled other challenges below me.
Yes.
So one of the things is that I can tell you, Dr. Njoki, is that to become a good leader, there are a few things you need to do.
Yes.
First one, you need to lead.
True.
You must have an appetite for leading.
Yes.
And I mean kusoma. Kusoma.
Reading.
Reading, you need to read.
Leaders are readers.
Yeah, if you don't read, you cannot run.
Yes.
The second one is that you must be a good listener. You must learn to listen.
Yes.
The other thing is you must be slow in talking.
Yes.
A leader must be a person who reflects.
Yes.
You must be able to reflect.
Yes.
You do one thing. The other thing is a leader must have a vision.
Yes.
You must have clarity.
Yes.
Where do you want to go?
Yes.
So one of the things I have seen is that you must have good interpersonal skills. How do you relate with other people?
Yes.
Because from where I sit, I'll deal with a cleaner, deal with very senior government officers, deal with corporates, deal with US people from the fourth estate.
Yes.
So leadership is about a mix of very many things.
Yes.
It's not one thing. So you interact with people at different levels,
Yes.
different subjects, very, very unrelated to your profession.
Yes. You have to be a generalist.
You have to be a generalist. You have to know many things outside what you consider as your core area of competence. So you need to read widely. And that's why, for me, even to this day, I still take a lot of interest in reading. I never stay without a book that I'm reading.
Yes. I saw you were reading Atomic Habits.
That I bought this week.
Okay.
Because it was recommended to me by someone that it would be a good book to read.
Yes, yes.
So I just bought it this week. I never stay without a book to read.
Yeah.
Because it keeps your brain open.
Yes.
It gives you experiences that you have never gone through. About what did other people go through and how did they resolve different problems. So a good leader must read. The other thing is that a good leader attends functions, meetings, conferences, workshops, so that you're also polished. You can't grow from nothing. So for me, leadership is probably one of the highest callings that anyone can go to. So you need a very wide scope of knowledge and a wide scope of exposure for you to be a good leader.
Wow, that's deep. If you want to lead, you have to read.
You have to read.
Excellent. So tell me about some of the projects that you're involved in. We'll come to Zetech, but I know you're very passionate about community, building community leadership, community development. Tell me a bit about those projects that you've been involved in.
As I told you from a very early age, I have been involved a lot in the church. So I've been involved in church constructions, founding new churches. We started a church called St. Paul in Delhi Parish. I was one of the founder members. Right from buying land to construction to its completion. I have been involved in water projects. In Gatundu North, I started the Nyamuku Water Project. I actually wrote the proposal to the government, which was funded, implemented and completed. In our place in where I live, we started a project called Nyakianda Water Project, which still serves people. That was back in 1992. Then I have been involved in starting schools. Utafiti Primary School, one of the best schools in this country. We started it under a tree. I was the first chairman of the building committee Today it serves, it has over 1,000 students.
Yes.
And probably one of the best primary schools in this country.
Yeah.
I served in that board for 12 years. Then I've been involved a lot in school boards. In Mukure, in my village, we started Mukure Primary School.
Yes.
I served in the board for over 20 years.
Wow.
In Kikuyu, I have been in the Alliance High School board for 20 years.
Yes.
So I have been involved a lot in a lot of community work.
Yeah.
Currently, I serve as the chairman of Igegania Level 4 Hospital.
Yeah.
Where we are trying to do improvement of that facility.
Yeah.
And we really appreciate what the governor, Kimani Wamatangi, is doing.
Yes.
In terms of availing resources.
Yeah.
So that the hospital can serve the community better than it is doing.
Yeah.
And therefore, essentially, I think I have spent a huge portion of my life serving the public, the community, not necessarily just doing my academics.
Yes.
In area of academia, I have also in the profession.
Yes.
I have been a registered member by the KVB for all my years.
Yeah, the Kenya
Veterinary Board.
Yes, yes.
Member 709.
Yes.
And member of the Kenya Veterinary Profession, member 0221.
Yeah.
And a long trustee of the Kenya Veterinary Association.
Yeah. So I like what you talked about, serving the community.
Yes.
And we're going to come to that shortly.
Yes.
But now I want us to talk about the challenges and the value of resilience.
Yeah.
Because I know there are so many obstacles. By the time you got to be the VC of Zetech University, it must have been a good fight.
Yeah,
you must have fought, in terms of the obstacles that were put in your way, even back in the day, just challenges and the disappointments and all that. Yeah. Because we are talking to young people, we are talking to Kenyans.
Yes.
Can you tell me some of the challenges you experienced and how resilience got you out of that?
Yeah. I think one of the things that, I tell people, if you want to know what leadership is about, you get books and read them and know what people go through when it comes to leadership.
Yes.
But I think I like making reference very closely to the Bible.
Yes.
If you take Moses, he's trying to take people from Egypt to Canaan.
Yes.
And they cross the Red Sea.
Yes.
And they see how well God had taken through.
Yes.
But immediately they close the Red Sea. The Pharaoh stand against Moses.
I know.
Including his own sister.
I know.
So leadership is not always easy. But the point is, I think to be able to lead, you must learn not to listen to the discouraging voices. Because there will be very many. There will be very many people who will tell you can't. I have gone through challenges myself. For example, when I became the director of postgraduate in the University of Nairobi,
yes.
We had challenges of completion rates for postgraduates. They would take longer than would be expected. And we had to stamp our foot down to ensure that supervision is done closely, that students submit their reports on time, and we started graduating students on time.
Yes.
So, but you see, the people who are lax in their supervision will be angry with you, and the students who want to hide themselves behind will also not be happy when you're pushing them.
Yes.
But you put your foot down, and things get done.
Yes.
And when, for example, I went to Egerton as a deputy vice chancellor in charge of administration and finance, I found quite a lot of what I would call financial indiscipline.
Yes.
And to put financial discipline means that you have to step on people's toes.
True.
You get things done, you put order, and when you put order, people don't like it because the people survive on disorder.
True.
In the chaos, people are stealing university money. When you put your foot down, you don't become popular.
True.
But the question is, you do the right thing, annoy a few people, and get the institution running.
Yeah.
So when you're leading, there will always be people who won't take advantage of the situation.
Yeah.
When I came here in this university in 2018, people were dressing the way they want. And I said, no. We must change the way we do things. You know, you can't come half naked and you're a lady and expect the boys to concentrate. They can't concentrate.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
They will be looking more at you than what brought them in class.
Yeah.
So we introduced a dress code in this university, and there was a lot of resistance.
So Zetech has a dress code?
We have a dress code,
okay,
and a serious dress code.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, if you go to our notice board, there are things that we accept, there are things we don't accept. You don't come with the dresses that start too late and end too soon. So we are very strict on the discipline of our students.
Yes.
And some students, we actually had to reverse to refund money for those people who felt that strongly they cannot conform.
Wow.
So there was resistance. And this resistance must be broken.
Yes.
Because to put law and order in a certain way, then it requires that people take a firm decision. Yes. And the decision doesn't have to be popular. It only needs to be correct. So the other thing is, for example, in this university, we are probably among the very few universities in this country, and maybe at world at large, who return their scripts to students, including the final year exams. I don't know whether the actual script that you did.
Like in high school.
Like in high school. Yes.
How about that?
I don't know.
Why would, I mean, that's interesting.
Yes. So when we introduced it, at first, some people are resisting. We said, no. Why would you want to hide the marks of the final exam? If you marked it genuinely, and the student got an A, they need to know they got an A. If they got a D, they need to know they got their D. And they can actually defend that position. Yes. Are we together? Yes. With their scripts.
Yes.
So what we do is we fill the marks, put them on, give them the marks. If they have an objection to the marks they have been given, they can actually question the lecturers. Are we together? Wow. They can question about their final year exams. And the other thing is that all exams have to be released within 2 weeks of the coming semester. No student goes through running before they know what they got in the last semester. Yeah. So the issue of lost marks in Zetech University does not exist.
Interesting. And let me take you back to the issue of challenges. Yes. How do you navigate these obstacles? Because you've told me that you've experienced, you know, the naysayers, you know, people putting roadblocks on your way and all that. For anyone who's listening, what is that tried and tested formula for dealing with that difficulty?
I think there are two things. The first thing is clarity of purpose. Yeah. You must have a clear purpose of what you want to achieve. Yeah. The second thing, which is also important, is that you must create the framework against which your decisions are being made. Yes. For example, you cannot come and do things unless you are able to clearly articulate what policies are you using. Yes. So when you, for example, wanted to introduce the dress code, what we did is made the dress code, discussed as a university management, agreed on the policy, brought in student leaders so that we can get buying in, and then after that, we took it to the other students. So it's a process. Create the framework, you have the policies, and once you create the policies, you implement the policies. Yes. However, when it comes to pull and push, if people cannot live within the framework, then they have a choice. Yeah. They can exit. Yeah. So I don't think there's any leadership that will go well and be 100% supported by everyone. There will always be a different opinion. So it's necessary to bring in people in the process. First of all, make everybody understand why you are doing
having
what
that clarity of purpose.
Yeah, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
The second thing is, once you get them involved, let them be the people driving the process.
Yes.
For example, when it came to the dress code, we give the right office, for example, the Dean of Students office, to come up and discuss with the student leaders what kind of dress code would they want.
Yes.
So that the students also are part of the process.
Yes.
So involving people is something very, very important. Because you don't want also to have a situation where everything looks like it's tyranny.
Yes.
So involve people. Thirdly, once you have agreed on the position, then you implement relentlessly without any apologies.
Yes.
So involving people, listening to people's opinion,
Yes.
but having clarity of thought of what you want, and then relentless implementation.
Okay, relentless implementation. And I think at that point, we are going to take a short break, grab some water. When we come back, I want you to tell us about Zetech. Why Zetech?
Why Zetech?
Okay?
And you can be sure.
Yes.
I'm sure you are going to register for another program.
Oh my God. Shortly after the break. Thank you so much.
The Presbyterian University of East Africa is a faith-based chartered private university sponsored by the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, PCEA.
PUER is devoted to excellence in teaching, learning, research, and producing leaders in different disciplines through the development of innovative, competitive, and market-driven academic programs.
The Presbyterian University of East Africa welcomes your application to study in any of our market-driven courses, be it at PhD level, a master degree, bachelor degree, diploma, certificate, or a short course of your interest. And now introducing a master degree in theology. Our serenic academic location and world-class faculty enable us at the Presbyterian University to produce holistically trained graduates for service to God and humanity. Our trimester sessions ensure you complete your course study in record time. Join us during this ongoing intake and learn in the most affordable university in Kenya, offering top-notch competitive education. Contact us now on 0723 799 904 or visit our website www.puer.ac.ke for admissions or further inquiry. The Presbyterian University of East Africa.
Finding new paths.
The Presbyterian University of East Africa.
Welcome back, dear viewers. We are smack in the middle of a very interesting and lively interview with Professor Njenga Munene, the Vice Chancellor of Zetech University, and we are coming to you from Zetech University, Mangu campus, very beautiful campus, Professor. And now, Professor, we were talking previously about your life and how you got here. Yes. You joined Zetech University how many years ago?
2018, 6 years ago.
6 years ago, as the Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
So, new challenge, you know, new university.
Yeah.
How was it? I mean, coming from Egerton University, you're now at Zetech. Yeah. What has been the experience so far?
Well, I think it has been a wonderful experience. Yes. First and foremost, I think my work ethics, whether in public or in private, has been the same. Yes. An early riser. Yes. In the office, usually way before 7. You
get to the office before 7?
Before 7.
Okay.
That was so when I was in the University of Nairobi for the 27 years. Yes. Same as when I was in Egerton. Yes. Same with Zetech. Yes. I think the difference is that in the public sector, there's a lot of bureaucracy. In the private sector, the bureaucracy is very short. So we usually make decisions quickly and execute them quickly. I think that's a whole difference. The other thing is that you find there's a very strong sense of accountability in private universities vis-a-vis the public sector.
True.
So the other thing is that because of the shortness of the decision-making process, you find you can make very quick progress. For example, this whole complex was done in exactly 8 months.
And you were actually out of time. You told me...
We were out of time because the contract was between September to March. But we ended up doing up to May. So we were short 2 months.
So you did this campus in record 8 months?
8 months. 8 months.
Wow.
We hired a Chinese company which had huge capacity. And you can see it was a beehive. For those 8 months, it was a complete beehive. So there's a lot of difference because the approval process is short. If you take I used to chair the tender committee of the university, so when I can compare the two very well. The other process is very long.
It's a world of a difference.
It's a world of difference.
So
once we made a decision that this campus is going to be, the designs are done and approved at all levels, from the county to...
the whole process.
Once it's done, we can start the work in a day.
Okay.
So you can mobilize.
Before we talk about this campus, Zetech University has a very interesting story.
Very interesting.
Tell the viewers about the story of Zetech University.
You know, Zetech University was founded by a gentleman called Engineer Ken Buki, a mechanical engineer, in his room in the University of Nairobi.
Wow.
He started teaching his classmates about how to use computers. Then he found that the room is becoming too small for his teaching. So he went across the road, University Way, to a house called Summit House and hired a room there and started teaching packages of computer. And for, the rest is history. By 1999, he registered the college as a IT college. And from that humble beginning, we now have over 10,000 students in very different programs, in over 22 programs.
Wow.
So it's a big university, one of the most vibrant private universities in this country. And we are really proud to be associated with it.
So what does Zetech stand for?
Zetech is a combination of two words. Zenith. Utmost in Greek. Utmost. Technology. So we are very good at technology. And if I want to prove you right, for the last 4 years, we have never left the Middle East in being the highest user of technology resources that are provided by Kenneth. The worst we have been is number 3. So we are either number 1 or number 2, and the worst, number 3.
I want to see that technology in action. You will take us down and you'll show us.
And you see, for example, in this campus, all teaching is done using smart boards. And that's why
I didn't know there were smart boards. So I want to see that in action.
So you see what we will show you.
Okay.
So the issue is that I think the clarity of vision of the founder was very, very important. And also, I think in my view, he is a good leader because he allows the professionals to run his university without interference. I think to me that is probably the biggest strength that he has, that he's able to allow professionals. Now, CAC TV, if the moderator was sitting behind you, I'm not sure you'd be interviewing me comfortably. I'm Presbyterian, so I'm not sure that if Mutai was sitting behind your seat to watch whether you are doing the proper interview, I'm not sure that you'll be comfortable.
I'll be so nervous.
You'll be nervous. So you're allowed to execute your job as you should, because you are the professional in your line.
Yes.
And I think that is also, to me, it's a question of leadership. What kind of leadership is the board of trustees ensuring the university has a continuity and its functions?
Okay.
So that's the story behind the Zetech University.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's intake season.
Yeah. May.
May.
Yes.
I can see you have your intake in January, May, and September.
Yes.
So many young people getting out of high school, transitioning, trying to look for a place to, you know, to land.
They better land here.
Why?
There are 2 or 3 things which I would like to say about Zetech University.
Yes.
The first thing is that Zetech University assures you very timely completion. When you come here as a student, if it's a diploma, our diploma is 4 semesters. But we do 3 semesters in a year.
Yes.
It means for you to complete your diploma, you only do 1 year and 1 semester. So 1 year and 1 term, and you're done with your diploma.
And how long is a semester?
15 weeks.
Okay.
15 weeks. So very timely completion. The second one is that you get your results at the beginning of every semester. So you can never progress before you know whether you have passed. So you cannot have the issue of lost marks.
Yes.
The other thing is that we have very highly qualified, competent faculty in all areas.
Yes.
The other thing is that we offer only accredited programs. Only accredited programs. Programs that are accredited by the Commission for University Education.
Yes.
The other thing is that, as you have seen, we have wonderful infrastructure.
Yes.
Wonderful infrastructure. The students who come here really enjoy, and our students are happy.
Yes.
The other thing is that we aim to give a wholesome student. If you read the papers on Monday, that was yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Monday was the day before yesterday.
I think it was yesterday's paper.
Yes.
If you read the sports pages, Zetech beat KPA in the league.
Wow.
Or Biro Cup.
Yes.
Because we have rounded students, all round students. If you come to our campus in Ruiru, you find a cabinet full of trophies.
Yes.
Because our students are very good in drama,
Yes.
they are good in sports,
Yes.
they are good in CU, they are good in... we create an all-round student.
Yes.
The other thing is that it's mandatory here to do IT.
Yes.
Whether
IT is mandatory
for everyone.
Yes.
And then, of course, in entrepreneurship.
Wow.
So if we want you to go and create jobs, we don't want you looking for jobs.
Yes.
So that's the kind of graduate we want to produce in Zetech University. That's why I want to invite every person who wants to study, including yourself.
Yes.
Kuja usome.
I believe that part of my life is done now, Professor. So what does a VC do?
A VC is an interest. You know, in a car.
Yes.
I don't know whether the VC is an engine or wheels or the eyes, but the VC is actually the cog that moves the other parts.
Yes.
The things rotate around the VC.
Yes.
The VC is the chairman of the Senate.
Yes.
The VC is the chairman of University Management Board.
Yes.
And the VC is the secretary to the council.
Yes.
So the VC links the staff to council.
Yes.
The VC links council, Senate to council.
Yes.
The VC links council to BOT.
Yes.
So the VC do many things.
Yes.
He oversees the administration of the university.
Yes.
He oversees the academic life of the university. So he does...
So you balance those two aspects, administration and academic.
Administration and academic.
Yes.
And also, you are also the voice of the university outside the university.
And the face of the university.
And the face of the university. So when people want to see the Zetech, they see Njenga Munene.
Yes.
So if Njenga Munene misrepresents himself, he'll be misrepresenting the university. So that's what the VC does. So the VC's position in any university is a very critical position. He's the administrative and the academic head of the university. And therefore, he has a very key role to play in the life and the image of the university.
Of the university.
Yes.
You came in as VC at Zetech in 2018.
Yes.
6 years ago.
Yeah.
By the end of your term,
Yeah.
what do you hope you'll have achieved? What is the one thing that, or two things that you think, you hope that will be done after, by the time you're done?
Let me say this. I think my coming here in 2018 was a prayer answered, because I wanted to become a vice chancellor. And remember, in 2020, we had COVID.
Yes.
And in 3 days, this university was running after the universities had been closed. Okay. We were able to be running. We went online, and there was no more graduation in 2020. We transited from face-to-face running in exactly 3 days. That's what I told you in terms of...
technology.
Not just technology, decision-making.
Okay, yes.
Because previously, although we had what we call Zetech Digital School, which we still have, our concurrent learners then were 3,000. We increased our capacity to 10,000 within 3 days.
Because of?
We make decision and we execute. So to me, that was a big achievement, ensuring that students continue learning like nothing had happened, like the university had not been closed. The second thing is that from the time I came, we acquired this land. We bought this land in 2019 and constructed this building in 2021. But the most important thing is in 2022, this university was fully chartered.
Wow.
So to me, that is probably the biggest achievement I have had in this university. Giving this university a home, where we are now, where this interview is happening, and acquiring the charter as a full university.
A fully fledged university.
Full-fledged.
Yes.
So what do I want to see in the university? The first one is that I would want this to become a big innovation hub, open to the global fraternity, open, so that people who want to do innovation, they can come from any part of the world and come here and do their innovations here. The second one is we want to internationalize this university. As we talked a few months ago, our director corporate took students to Christ University in India, in Bangalore, the Silicon Valley of Asia, so that they get exposed with what is happening in the world of tech and in other areas like filmmaking, culinary arts, and the rest. We are just concluding a training that has happened in this university of 112 business people from the Republic of South Africa. We are training for the government of South Africa under the wholesale and retail sector of South Africa. So the aim and what is our hope is that this university will move from being a Kenyan university to a global university. So internationalization, the growth of programs, the growth of collaborations. Right now we are collaborating with many universities worldwide, and we hope to grow that space. So what I would want to see is changing this university from what it is to a truly global university.
And you know, when you talk about making this university a truly innovative university,
Yes.
an innovation hub
Yeah.
for the country, I think about universities like Stanford
Yeah.
University and the role that it played in creating Silicon Valley,
Yeah.
and now, the impact of Silicon Valley in the world.
Yeah.
Are we going to be seeing a lot more innovations from Zetech?
Indeed.
Because
Right
Zetech
now,
itself is an innovation.
Zetech itself is an innovation.
In itself.
From a student.
Yeah, from this student who...
From a student.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. Zetech University is a very innovative university.
Yes.
Right now, our students have just discovered a system where they are using AI, artificial intelligence, to monitor pests, insects like locusts, birds like querea, which eat a lot of wheat, and birds that affect aviation. So we are actually now working with the Kenya Aviation and the Ministry of Agriculture to find how we can incorporate that system in terms of reducing crop loss, reducing problem of flights because of sucking in of birds within the flight paths. So, and there are very many other innovations which we are working on. So when we say that we want to be innovative, we mean it, and we are going to support it. We have what we call the Innovation Zetech Hub, IZ. And IZ is very, very active. We conduct hackathons, which are supported both by industry and ourselves, where people compete on ideas. What kind of ideas are you going to bring on the table that can be disruptive, that can be helpful? Just like M-Pesa did. You know, M-Pesa stopped you sending somebody with money to Kangaita to take to your mother. Your mother sits in from the comfort of your seat. Unamtumia pesa anatoa.
Absolutely.
So those are the kind of things that we are thinking.
And it's, this, for me, it comes across as a very progressive university. So let me take you back to your childhood. We always go back because that's where it all began.
That's where it all began.
Because the person that's seated here is a product of a lot of things that happened in your childhood in those early years. Let's talk about some of the values that have centered you and grounded you throughout your life.
I think the first thing is that when we grew up, we were taught the value of hard work, real hard work. We would wake up early, milk, harvest, wind, sell. So we learned the art of hard work. The other thing which we learned is honesty, the value of honesty. We were taught how to be honest, that when we do things, we do it with absolute integrity. And that is totally aligned with the values of this university. Our core values are integrity, customer focus, innovation, teamwork, and excellence. And the reason is, if you care about what you are doing and do it diligently, daktari, you definitely succeed. So the issue of working hard, as I told you, we used to sweep the road. So if you sweep the public road, then you know the value of excellence. So we were taught how to do things and do them well. The other thing is, I think, respect. Respect was a very strong value. For us, there are words, even what used to be called common abuses, like kwenda, they were not acceptable in my place. You know, kwenda looks like, we used to use it as an abuse. So even what used to look like a modest language, if it was not civil, it was not acceptable. And so we learn the value of respect for other people and respect for authority. Respect for authority, because essentially, even if you are a person and you're in a position and you don't respect authority, and when you talk about authority, we also even need what are the written laws?
Yes.
Because authority is not just about a person, it's about respecting the constitution, respecting the policies of the institutions you work for. So respect for rule and unwritten laws. There are very many unwritten laws in life. So do you respect those things? And I think those are the values that have made us different, both successful in career and also at family level.
Thank you. And the aim of this show, we want to demonstrate to people, particularly the young people of this nation, what is achievable through hard work, resilience, integrity, not cutting corners. And you're that prime example where you started from the bottom as the coordinator of ambulatory services to the VC of Zetech University. You've earned your seat. You've earned your stripes. So what would be your advice to young people watching you right now who want to lead institutions in the future? They want to be entrepreneurs, they want to be innovators, inventors, they want to be leaders, they want to be community leaders. What advice would you give them? Look at your camera, Robert's, that's Robert. Look at Robert's camera and just talk to Kenya's youth.
I think in the first place, my talk to the youth is very simple. Begin from where you are. Begin from where you are. That's the first thing. You're in class 5, or you're in class 6, or you're in Form 1, or you're in the university. Begin there. Work hard. Be good in what you're doing. That's the first thing. Because you can never rise if you are mediocre. So you do what you are doing and do it well. The second thing is love to read. If you don't know how to read, you can never learn how business is, how business is conducted. You can never learn how to become a principal, or how to become a vice chancellor, or how to become a CEO. You must be able to read. You must love to read. The other thing is you must have personal values. Are you spiritual? Because I think a human being is different from other animals, not because of the way they breathe, because you also breathe like an animal, not because of how you breathe, because you also breathe like animals, not because of eating, because we also eat like other animals. Our difference with animals is our spiritual being, our moral values, our conscious action. So you must be spiritual, in my view. You must believe in something. You must have something that you put forward to. So you must work hard. You must be committed to whatever you are doing. And the other thing is have a clarity of what you want to become. Really, that is one of the biggest challenges. You find, I have seen students get to 4th year and say that they didn't want to do that course. Now, you have lost money, you have lost time, and at the end of the day, you end up disappointing your parents, your guardians. So be clear about what you want to do. So for me, for young people, one of the other things I would really want to discourage is the issue you have just raised, the issue of shortcuts. Too many people are getting involved in corruption in this country to an extent that I think we have become literally impassive. It no longer triggers our anger when multi-billion corruption scandals are brought forward. It no longer concerns Kenyans. It's normal. Started with small things in 1965. The scandals have grown from millions to billions. I think we are headed now, the next scandals will be trillion. So if we want to sustain the country as a functional economy and a functional state, then we must fight against corruption. And the best place to fight corruption is where you are, where you are seated, so that you are not the one practicing corruption.
Especially as...
Yeah. Let us not talk against corruption when we are only looking for an opportunity to participate. So, and I think essentially any person who pursues the line of self-growth, self-improvement, having good skills, interpersonal skills, he should be able to rise.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Wow, thank you so much, Professor Njenga Munene.
Yes.
I wish we had more time for a longer discussion.
Yes.
But it has been very, very good, and we are so honored to hear your story.
Thank you, Daktari.
Yes.
It was a pleasure interacting with you.
Yes.
You say that you are done with that part of the study, but I can tell you we offer short courses, which are wonderful.
Okay.
You can do a 2-week course on, I'm not sure that you did culinary arts in your degree. What did you do? What did you do?
I did communication.
No, you see, communication is different.
Yes.
So if you go to our short courses, you can do a course on how to prepare food.
Basic food, meal prep. This is interesting.
So our choice of what you can do.
Even pastries.
Even pastries. We can teach you how to do a better cake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes, so, I need that. Probably.
So there will never be a shortage about what can be done.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Professor.
Thank you.
It's been a real pleasure to have you on
and by the
show.
Way, we also have now a master's.
Yes.
And PhDs.
Yes.
Soon we'll be having PhDs in IT.
Okay.
And masters in IT.
Yes.
Because we are through IT University.
Yeah.
So I want to welcome you to Zetech University.
Thank you.
And please pass this good message
about
these beautiful facilities, which you'll be soon be seeing.
Yes.